Peace and love. Yeah. I'd like to continue on the synchronicity story because there's a very important thing that you need to know about this, and it's that you can actually teach other people, right? Which I was talking about earlier. I want anyone who's willing to be able to do this, because it's so freeing. You don't worry about ego anymore. You don't worry about anything. Everything is fine. Everything is love. Everything feels good. You're not tired. You're not sleepy. You're not angry. You're not sad. You're just you. Content. Your body is not protesting. It feels like it's a constant, like it's good. You're good. And the reason I'm talking about being able to transfer it to other people is because I successfully transferred this idea to my roommate. And he never did drugs in his life, like not the psychedelics, right? He never did any of that. So for me, it's a big victory, like holy shit. I could actually teach this sync stuff, this thing that took me 10 years to understand and to grasp and to accept and to be like, oh, obviously, this is apparently normal. Hooray. Fucking hooray. And I was just sitting outside yesterday with my two roommates and my roommate's brother. And, yesterday morning I succeeded in teaching one roommate. And he felt it, and he looked at me, and he was like, fuck. Because we had the same sort of moment, like, a weekend before when I was at his house. And his family is very religious. Like, very, very, very. But not, like, unaccepting. They're religious, but anything and everyone is fine. Unconditional love all over the place. And I had like 5 or 6 syncs there, like with his mother and anything else, and it became clear to me that it was God, right? And my roommate felt that in the last bit of the evening, like all of a sudden this weird thing happened, and he was like, "Whoa, what the fuck's going on?" Like everything's like, super synchronized, and you were, like answering feelings in my head, and everything felt great, and everything was being answered, and it's being able to give that to someone else, realizing that it's not just you, it's fucking anyone and everyone around you is willing to accept it. So all you have to do is remember the moment, go back. What happened? And the funny thing is, like, he forgot about it. He completely forgot about it after the weekend, because it was so much. It was, like, so unacceptable for him to think that that's possible on a daily basis. Or even more than just one time in your life, right? Because his head was like, no, what the fuck do I do with this? I don't know. It's fun. It's really cool. It's like this transcendent experience that you cannot just get out of nowhere, but yes you can. And I reminded him of it, and he started like, he thanked me. He was like, fuck yeah, I forgot, thank you so much. And from that moment on, he started working with me in that sense, like, oh yeah, we gotta get the moment back, but not in a like, oh, we're gonna force this moment now. No, we're gonna look for the feeling, we're gonna build it up, because whenever you remember that moment, the feeling comes back a bit, and it starts becoming better and better and better. And coming back to the story, I also managed to, pull it off with my, the other roommate and his brother. Except they were way less accepting. Because they are, like, very used to being in control of their thoughts and of their environment and everything. So for them, it was like, and it was also an epiphany. And I tried to talk with them about it, and it was too hard. Like they couldn't accept it yet. That might be a possible truth. That you might not always be in control, and that something or someone else can, take over the moment. Because they were saying like, oh, while it was happening, I was just sitting in my chair, I was super relaxed, and I had this feeling of everything, just vibing around me, and everything like I was sort of feeding them the moment and the energy, and making them feel good, or neutral, good enough, good enough not to run away, good enough to stay and feel relaxed, and stuff like that. So it's real. It's very real. And I just want everyone to have it. Because it's so cool. You can have it anywhere, any day, anytime. And once you get into it, you have so much love to give. And you're so happy. Right? It's the thing. For me. And for many other people I've met that experienced similar things. If we're talking about an awakening process, then that's it. 100% guaranteed that's it. No drugs, no this, no that, no. Just you, me, everyone else. And our overarching spirit, if you will, that provides you with the information and the love and the calm, the wisdom to deal with it. Whenever you're feeling alone or afraid, just ask for help with your heart and listen for the answer. And don't be afraid, accept it. Look for that feeling of love in your heart. And just trust that it will be fine. And you don't have to worry. And that life is not that scary if you don't want it to be. Just be you. And learn any way or every way that you can, and try to improve yourself, obviously. Sin when you want to sin, but also know what it does. You know for yourself when you do something that you don't agree with. Like, I smoke. Trying to stopping, still, day in, day out. Some days I don't smoke, some days I smoke a lot. It doesn't have to be bad. It's how you think about it, and it's like with everything. If you're lustful, or if you're greedy, or if you're selfish, it's fine. It's just another mechanism to deal with stuff, but try to overcome it, right? So whenever you're like, if you're a guy, you're walking down the street, and you see a lovely girl with a nice ass, do you think beyond the ass? Do you think, oh, this girl, is really pretty? But I also, look for the personality beyond it. Like, who is this person? Who is this person with the nice ass, right? It's beyond lust. So lust gets the attention, and then afterwards you have to pick up the thought and move on. Like you do, children. Like, who are they? What are they trying to do? They might be happy and cheerful and whatever, but like, who are they inside as a person? It's very difficult to imagine that and to like, get into contact with a personality rather than the thing that actually got your attention in the first place, right? So that's where it becomes difficult, in the sense that you have to accept that you have, those feelings like, oh, I'm lost, this, that, blah, blah. And then you accept it, like, right, this is obviously who I am as a person. Sure, fine. But what's beyond? Move past that feeling as much as you can. Even though it's nice, because you get the world reacts a lot better to you if you look for personality and things beyond plain sight. If you're at a cash register, and the cashier is very used to people just zipping by and pew, 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 never making an actual connection with them, never actually looking them in the eyes or trying to give them a good feeling, rather than the cash register being, have a nice day, oh yes, sure, thank you, sir. No. Sharing energy with someone, just looking into their eyes and either sending love or sending seriousness or aggression or pain or something, something that trusts that the other person is always touched by something like that, and they'll respond or look away. But don't be afraid. It's just a moment. And those people know that too. They need it too. Everyone needs to be appreciated and loved and looked at. You see, there's so much to gain from looking beyond shells. And that's what I wish to imprint on you. Look beyond. Think beyond. Dare to love. Dare it. Any stranger. Anyone who comes across your path. Don't just go to the supermarket because you need shit. You're going to the supermarket. Right? Don't, in your thoughts, you're already there, right? Whenever you go, like, oh, I need this and this and this, and you rush to the supermarket, and you get the stuff you need, and you go back home. No. Life is an adventure. The second you step outside of your door, release the plan that you have. Right? Accept that you're going there, obviously, because you're going to the supermarket. Oh, but look at your environment. Look at all the ducklings that are walking by. Look at the little grandma on her bike, is still able to bike her way to the mall, and she's really happy that she can still do that, and she's like, oh, appreciate it. Send them love. It will brighten their day so much more than you know. And it will raise the vibrations everywhere. So imagine every single person in the world taking the time to appreciate their environment. And not just rushing by. Go out of your way to talk to a homeless person. Befriend them. Look past all the horrors they've seen and just be like, wow, you're this fucking amazingly strong person who does this every single day. Not by choice, but you're still here. Still able to love other people. So much wisdom to give, and so many people are just unlucky. I'm very lucky. I can buy, this whenever I feel like it, and it doesn't matter. I can buy beer Like, I have this wonderful room, you know, I have everything I want. Yet, in some sense, I'm still miserable, and depressed, and angry, and sad, but also happy, and ecstatic, and I have this wonderful array of things going on, and for them, they take it as it comes, right? They're just sitting in the street and like, shit, I only have €2, and I want a beer, and you know, it's they live in they live, yeah, by the kindness of others, which is around a lot more than you expect. Except nowadays, it's very normal to do it out of pity. Don't. Do it out of respect. Respect for the people that didn't make it in our society. Right? Everyone's struggling. Some people just have bad luck. Because either they had a bad childhood, or they made a couple of bad choices. Don't treat them like scum. Treat them like a person. Imagine yourself sitting there. Really imagine. And if you can't, that's why I'm urging you to talk to them. Because the sense of humility you get is overwhelming. You know. And simple example of the whole thing is there's this Bulgarian Olsan, like, dude, I know, in front of my mall. He's been on the streets for 30 fucking years, man. 30. Can you imagine? I can't. It's too hard. But he respects me now, so much so that whenever I come by, and I'm like, you know, I also have stuff to do. You know, I don't have the time every single day to chill out, you know, and hang out. And I wish I had that energy, but I'm not there yet. You know, and but he wants to talk to me. He wants me to be near him, you know, because he likes me, and I respect him, and he respects me. So he gives me a beer. And you would think, like, wow, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have much. No. This man respects himself so much so that if you try to give him anything out of pity, he'd just become angry with you. He's just like, no, get out. You know what I mean? He doesn't want that. He wants respect. He just wants, you know, like you meet a friend in the street. And like, oh, let's go drink a beer. Yeah, sure. Oh, you don't have time. Well, what if I pay your beer for you, you know? Yes. He wants to be a person, just like anyone else, who's able to give something else to someone he appreciates. So drop the whole pity story. It's not helping. Send love in the way that they need. Because if you pity a person like